So you're just going to keep working it to any of those little hard pieces that you can feel in there. You can just smash them between your fingers, work them in, because you want a fairly smooth, pliable product. The difference between, like I said, gum paste and fondant is gum paste is going to set up hard, fondant is not going to. So if you're going to make a flower and the flower petals come up, if you mold them out of fondant, they're just going to kind of wilt back down. Where gum paste, if you set it in a mold, we have flower molds, and you do it, you eventually, when you take them out, they're going to stay hard and they're going to be kind of brittle. If you do not have, if you don't use gum paste a lot, so you don't buy the ready-made gum paste and you don't buy the gum paste mix because you figure I really don't use it. I use fondant a lot because I cover cakes or I make little fondant teddy bears or little fondant people, but I don't do a lot of gum paste. I don't do a lot of flowers. So I have fondant on hand, they don't have gum paste. You can use Tylose powder and mix it with your fondant. If you had a piece of fondant, say this size, what you would do is just sprinkle the Tylose powder over the top, just a thin layer, and then you would just kind of incorporate it in. And what that's going to do is help dry out your fondant a lot, so the final result is very similar to gum paste. You're going to get a hard, brittle result. Like if you were doing a cake purse, for example, and you wanted to do a handle on the purse that was going to stay in an arch and stay up. If you covered the cake in fondant and then you made a fondant arch, that fondant is never going to stay up. It's never going to stay solid. You can add some Tylose powder into there, and you can let it lie flat on maybe parchment or silpat until it really firms up, and then attach it to your cake purse. But that'll help give you that consistency that you're looking for.
Sweet. Well, that's a good thing to know. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we're just going to do some simple flowers, and flowers really are simple. When you see them on cakes, or cupcakes or anything, they can really have that wow factor. And they do take a little bit of time. They don't have to take a lot of time. Of course, the more intricate and the more petals and things like that you have, the longer it takes. But you can whip out some really cute flowers fairly quickly. So we're just going to do that. We're just going to do some really easy ones. Pull it out. The daisies come with your kit, and you can buy them from Bake too. I'm just going to press it. And then use your fondant set. And then what you're going to do is use one of your tools, and you're going to pull from the outside corner. We've got these pads that we sell too. You can see mine has been used a lot. It's really covered with a lot of cornstarch. I use cornstarch because it's not sticky. If you can use powdered sugar, some people do. Same with when they're using rolling out their fondant, they use powdered sugar. But again, if there's any liquid, the cornstarch is going to absorb it. The powdered sugar is going to get sticky. But once it's sticky, it's going to be hard to get off of your surface. So I like to use the cornstarch. What you're just going to do is press down and pull it towards you. Press down and pull it towards you. Did I hear? Yeah.
Maybe add a little less pressure, and it could be a sun too.
You can do that. The more pressure you add, the more of the curl you get. The sides of the petals you can see kind of curl up a little bit, and it curls out towards you. Okay. And then what we're going to do for this particular daisy. And again, it's not about perfection or there are no hard and fast rules. It's just about having fun, having a good time with people in the kitchen. And does anybody want to try? Try doing a couple of petals?
Go ahead, Chris.
Absolutely. Okay. Chocolate from the last demonstration. Here you go. You can use either side really. I would probably
Okay.
use this side because of the width of the petal.
Okay.
But again, no rules. So what you're going to do is give it a fair amount of pressure
Okay.
down, like almost like you're holding a pencil, because you're gonna want to really put pressure through this tip, like that, and pull in towards you. And if it tears or rips, it's no problem because we have more, and it's just not a big deal. Perfect. And if anybody else wants to try, you certainly can.
Every time she does something like that, the first try.
Anybody else want to do it?
No? Okay. You can do the rest of
Okay.
them, and I'll show you what we're going to do with this.
She's really obsessed.
I am not, I'm just meticulous.
I'm not obsessed. I just can't stop doing it. Just can't put it down.
Once you've made your flowers, how long will they last, like an airtight container?
I wouldn't put them in an airtight container. I would just lay them out maybe on a cookie sheet or something similar where they're not going to get disturbed and get broken, because they're a little fragile. They're not super fragile. These ones, especially because I made them, they're a little bit thicker. You can even roll them thinner and get a real thin, delicate flower. It's up to you. You can make them thicker. You can make them thinner. It's really what you prefer, the finished product that you're looking for. Great job. While you were doing that, I just rolled one of these little guys. I made some gum paste glue, and all that is a piece of gum paste maybe about that big, mixed in with some water. You just let it dissolve, keep mixing it up, and you get kind of a glue in there. So we're going to put a little dot of glue on, and then we're going to put our flower on top. And I kind of shuffled it, if you can see, so we've got different petals going different way. And then a little. And then cut.